Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's Monday. We're going to be breaking down the E-mini futures contract once again. This time, we're going to be starting off with our 30-minute time frame. We're going to go through it rather quickly as there isn't a whole lot to review. I didn't trade today, and it was kind of a choppy session, not a whole lot to review. Um, we'll go into our daily time frame, look at that, and then we'll look at our weekly, just briefly, just kind of give you guys an update on how that is shaping up. Other than that, that's all we're going to review. Just kind of keep it nice, short, simple. If you guys don't mind, please leave a like down below if you are enjoying the comment or content. Leave a comment down below if there's anything you guys would like me to review or go in depth on. Just guys, give me a thumbs up if you are present at the moment. All right, let's get into it. So right now we're looking at our 30-minute time frame chart. Right now, it is looking at the last 90 days and how we're shaping up. One thing I want to kind of notice or point out is how we kind of have like a little bit of a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders pattern setting up here. Something that could potentially be strong and bullish to the upside. Typically, if a inverse head and shoulders pattern shows up and the market is strong enough, we should break through the highs of the previous highs where we once had resistance and move to the upside rather good. If, however, we don't move through the upside and we fell where there has been a lot of resistance, and I've marked that on the monthly, weekly, and daily charts. But just in case you didn't know, this whole area here is a no-go zone for longs. However, the market is holding up rather good in this area. But just something to be wary of. If we cannot break through this previous balance area here, we can't get above that 4,200 level, this market may roll over. We do have earnings out this week. We have some pretty big names like Netflix coming out. So things like that will hinder. I believe we also have some Fed speakers coming into the market or talking during the market. So that may also cause some volatility. But right now, it's looking like a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And I just want to kind of point that out to you guys if you did not notice. And everything is so far, the market is trying to move up higher. Over the past several days, we've been setting higher highs and higher lows. Uh, since back on these days, right? We've been setting higher highs and higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, or a higher low. We didn't quite take out Friday's range. Today was an inside day. We didn't take out Friday's range. We actually had an inside day, just chopped around, and technically it was a double distribution. Double distribution day on Friday because we held just a tick of single prints late in the day. So it was a bit of a double distribution day on Friday, and we traded in the lower end of it for majority of the day, but could not take out the previous day's low. So technically, the daily is still one time framing up, meaning we're taking out previous day's highs. Just because today is an inside day does not stop the daily from one time framing up. Now, if tomorrow, if we open up, can't take out the highs and roll over and take out today's high, or excuse me, today's low, then the daily will come into a balance, and then how much of these days daily lows we take back determines the balance size. But so far we have an inside day. Go ahead and bring up the destinations right quick that we had marked from Friday. So you can see we opened up in the lower distribution below where that set of single prints filled right here at 166 even. So we had that set that filled at 166 even. After we opened up, we pushed up, filled it, and didn't find much acceptance in the upper distribution as A, B, and C period could not rotate higher. So C takes out the initial balance low, and we continue to kind of just drip lower with not much volume and not much range to the downside. After E sets a low in the day, we kind of just consolidated down here near the lows, packing in volume and just in a tight, choppy range, just chopped around for a few hours before late in the day. J period set a new low in the day, faded as there really wasn't much strength to the downside. So it got faded. People got out of their short positions, buyers stepped into this market, and we began to rotate up. We had quite the move up later in the day, and with the Three Stooges, Curly, Larry, and Mo, K period popped above these highs of H and I. Once it did that, it got through the open and then just continued the momentum to the upside as Larry continued to push up. We attempted to have a trend in L period, but did not hold as M pulled back after it opened up. And then we price probed in M, closing near the high of the day today, but still an inside day. Very small range, light volume, choppy action. Not a lot happened here. I did not trade today. Was nothing there for me. And you kind of had a bit of a telltale sign once the overnight had a 21 wide point of control. It was a very small overnight range and light volume. So you kind of just tell or have a sense of what this market was going to do today due to that. So let's go ahead and mark destinations real quick. All we have is today's low, the price probe, and then today's high. Today's low was 41.58. 41, wait, excuse me, 41.48. I'm tripping. 41.48 is the day's low. So we have our low of day. And there were opportunities to trade here, but it just really isn't worth it when you have an inside day. Values unchanged, things of that nature just presents poor risk reward trades. And those are the type of trades that I'm trying to avoid as I'm building an account. And if you guys are new to the market, this is the type of market you want to stay out of, is whenever we have indecision, choppiness, and inside day. Now, whenever we come out of the inside day, whichever way we come out of it, you want to monitor it and go with it for continuation or lack of. So if we take out the low, right? If we come out of this inside day to the downside and take out the low, you want to monitor it and see if we can get some really good continuation to the downside. If we fail, then there's a likelihood that we come up and revisit the highs. Same thing to the upside. If we come out of this inside day to the upside and take out this higher day right here at 41.89 and don't have much continuation and fail, then you will rotate and visit the lows. But if we do have continuation in either side with an indication like single prints or continuous one-time framing in the direction that we come out of, that will signify the strength of the buyers or sellers, whichever way we come out of this trade. So keep that in mind going into tomorrow or the rest of the week. All right, let's go ahead and mark L's high as our price probe. High was 41.73. I almost want to mark A's high as the price probe, because once L period kind of pushed up there, we revisited these highs at M and didn't push any lower. So I almost want to say that that's my price probe. That's my line in the sand there, where price spiked above. We'll say that's a price spike. I won't ignore it. I'm gonna mark it. I'm not gonna really label it as anything, but I will not ignore it tomorrow if we pull back to that area. M period. I'm having a little bit of conflict here with myself. You have to give me a second. So we're just going to move this up. We're just going to mark the actual price probe, sorry, at 41.73. So 41.73 will be our actual price probe. So the most positive thing for buyers is to open above 41.73 tomorrow. If we do that, then we should have no issue taking out the day's high and then Friday's high. That is the most positive thing you could see for a buyer, is to open above this 41.73. You do not want to open up below it. All right, we have M's high and the day's high right here at 41.77.75. 41.77.75 is the high of day. We'll mark that as such. High day, boom. All right. So that's how our day shaped up. Inside day. If we open above the price probe at 41.73, we should have no issue taking out today's high at 41.77.75 and then getting Friday's high at 41.89 coming out of the inside day. You want to see continuation or lack of to the upside. However, if we open up below the price probe and can't take out the day's high, we will rotate down to the low of the day at 41.48 and potentially get the previous day's low or a single print start also at 41.38. They fill at 41.33, and that would be coming out of an inside day to the downside, and you would want to monitor it for continuation or lack of. With that being said, the set of single prints, if we do take out that low here, will get filled with supply as there was demand there at one point in time. You get that, you will rotate lower to 41.24.50, putting us back into a pretty solid balance. But right now, the daily is technically still one time framing up. All right, let's go ahead and look at the larger time frames here. This is the weekly. We're looking at the weekly time frame on the monthly destinations. Weekly still one time framing up. Weekly's been strong. We've been one time framing up 3 weeks in a row now, 1, 2, and 3. This week would be week number 4 until we take out last week's low, which is at 40.90. Was it last week's low was 40.98.75. So if we took out last week's low, then we put ourselves into a balance, and then determine how much of a balance it is. However, we are still one time framing up, so odds favor us taking out last week's high, which was 41.89. And considering how close we closed to it today, good chance and good odds that we get that. Now we want to see continuation. If we do take out last week's high, continuation up into the 4200, 4208.50 area, which is that 5-month balance high back from January. We get that. This market could really get some legs to the upside. But so far, we are having some issues in this range between 41.41 and 4200. So if you are taking longs in this market, if you are taking longs in this market, then be cautious. Maybe not hold on to them as long, just due to the fact that we are in this area of resistance. All right, let's look at our daily. Daily, bit of the same thing, right? Daily, we are pushing up into, this area of resistance. We are one time framing up. Since breaking out of that balance, we are one time framing up 1, 2, 3 days in a row. Just because today's an inside day does not stop the one time framing. So you want to see us take out either side of this daily high, right? Because we took out that balance high here at 41.63.25 the other day, last Thursday, and then continued on Friday. And then today, we did not stop the one-time framing. We do not stop the one-time framing until we take out a daily low. So daily looking strong, but light volume, small range, inside day. Let's see how we come out of it coming into tomorrow. If we can't come out of it, we may get some more consolidation and low choppy volume. In that case, have your hard hats on, be cautious, have your stops in, play smaller size until we know which way this market really wants to go. So far, it's trying to go up. The chances favor us going up. It's just how much steam is left in this market to move to the upside within this overhead resistance. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for stopping by. I truly, truly appreciate anyone and everyone that does come by and sticks around till the end of these videos. If you made it to the end, please leave a like. If you're new here, subscribe, as I am a growing trader trying to grow my own account, try to teach you guys along with me, learn some new things myself, and hopefully you guys can learn with me. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See you.